Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. It's Thursday again. Time for Things We're Making Thursday. And if you haven't heard of it, it's a good time to go ahead and look at that hashtag that I have in the title, hashtag TWMT. Things We're Making Thursday. Why do I have to think about that every time? You would think I would know. It's 4 letters. You would think by now I would know what that is. So Things We're Making Thursday, if you're not familiar, is a collaboration amongst countless content creators and those that are not content creators. And we're all making the same general thing each month. Every year, this Things We're Making Thursday has progressed and just improved. And this year, right now, what we're working on for the month of September is shawls, which is perfect because I have a whole lot of shawls that need a lot of attention. Yes, they do. Which means I started them. I got a good distance into them. And then I shoved them in a bag somewhere, and some of them I completely forgot about. And it is all of you lovely subscribers that continue to remind me, going, hey, remember that one shawl? No. No, I do not. Friendship shawl? No, I do not remember these. So I thought, speaking of the friendship shawl, I figured I would show that one, right? Well, we can't talk about the friendship shawl without me first showing my definite friendship shawl. This I made when I was still in the military, and I was sent to Maryland for a year, and I met such a wonderful, wonderful group of ladies. We hit it off amazingly well, and while I was there, I made this particular shawl. This is a Stephen West pattern. I believe this is called the Rockefeller, and I've made this pattern multiple times. And if it's not the Rockefeller, it's one of the others. I'll put it down and below. But I have made this particular shawl. No, this isn't the Rockefeller. This is Exploration Station. I thought that sounded wrong. I've made both of them multiple times. This is Exploration Station. It is a fantastic pattern. You've got a little bit of brioche in there, you got some lace in there, you got some slip stitches, you got some yarn overs. Stunning. Oh, and the brioche, this is the brioche section. Looks a little bit different on each side, right? There you go. That's the brioche section. And the reason I call this my friendship shawl is we had gone out. There's 3 of us, Laura, Susan, myself, and we had gone to Susan and I had gone to our own mini version yarn crawl. I was obviously, like I said, new to the area, and I'm like, okay. So I picked Susan up at a yarn store, of course, at a yarn store, Clover Hill Yarn Store. Great shop if you're in the Maryland area. So I picked her up there. We'd already done shopping and talking with everyone else. I'm like, hey, do you want to go check out some other places? And we went all over. Each yarn store, there's a lot of them in Maryland. Each one we went to, I'm like, hey, I'd look up on my phone and everything. We're like 20-30 minutes from another one. Want to go? I don't know. We spent the whole day together, and I don't know if it was that day or a different one, because I pretty much kidnapped her. Because if you're not familiar, he who has the keys has the power. I'm just saying. I kidnapped her, and we went on yarn tours, and that's just it. So we ended up getting, I believe it was this sparkle one. We both got one with the sparkle, and yeah, so I had to put it in mind. So this is actually sparkle. I know you can't really see it too well, but that is a sparkle yarn. And then you've heard me multiple times talk about Frank, and Frank ochre is a color, and that is this right here. So there's that. And let's see, one of the other colors we got as a group together, I think it might have been that green one, was with Laura. One of them was with Laura, one of them was with Susan, and then the Frank was just, Susan and I love Frank. Frank's my buddy. I'm not gonna lie, that mustard, that mustard color is just, yes, that is mine. But this was the traveling shawl. is all the yarns that are in this were things that I got with my two friends and made this while I was in Maryland, and it is one of my absolute favorite shawls that I have done. And yes, I know this is called the Exploration Station. It is a paid for pattern by Stephen West, but it is the ultimate friendship shawl. Very, very much so. There's just absolutely no doubt on that. So thoroughly enjoyed that, and it was really nice. I think I made I had what, 5 balls of yarn, 4 colors or something like that, and I used the leftovers and made another shawl and everything. Yeah, and that one I think was the Rockefeller. That's why I keep getting them mixed up. The Exploration, I made both. Wonderful, wonderful times. Wonderful, wonderful shawls. Had to show you a finished shawl. Did I make it this week? Oh no, gosh no, that was years ago. But you know, it's still valid and I still love it, right? So I guess I can show you the friendship shawl since I'm talking about the other stuff. This one is a pattern. It was a Malabrigo knit along, and they've got another Malabrigo knit along going on, I think right now. If not, it's in a couple days. It's like right now. I know people have talked to me about it. The yarn store's like, hey, are you going to join in? No, I'm not. You know, you want to. My friends are talking about that. You know, you're going to join in. No, I'm not. I am not doing it. No. And they're like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you're going to do it. No, I don't want to do that one. I looked at it. It's nice. It does not sing to me. I have enough stuff just in a mountain all around me. I mean, I really do. That really needs some attention. And maybe I should stick to things that just make my heart sing. Yeah, that's the story I'm going to stick with today. And that one just doesn't. So if I were to jump on, it would be jumping on the bandwagon just to jump on the bandwagon. And I'm not against that. I mean, Lord knows, I've got enough projects in this room where they are 100% because I was just jumping on the bandwagon. It wasn't something that, you know, like, oh, I've got to make that, man. I'm itching to make that. There are some that I'm just like, I can't stop myself from. Those are kind of the ones that I talk about on Sunday the most. Those are the ones that just, you know, take me by storm and I shove everything else aside. Those projects are along that line. But I'm starting to realize I'm a little dense. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little dense. You would have thought that I would have realized this a lot sooner. Yeah, whatever. Is if a project doesn't sing to me, it's gonna languish. It's gonna take a lot longer to get done. I think we're all kind of like that. If there's something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get onto this and to touch this, I crochet faster. I knit faster. I sit there and do that longer. You know, I mean, it's like playing yarn chicken the whole time. And if you know, you know, right? You know, yarn chicken, don't we crochet and knit faster because obviously it's going to make the yarn last longer? It doesn't happen that way, but that's, yeah, I know. Yeah, so I realized that, and hold me strong on that one. I do not want to start the new Malabrigo Rios knit along. I have not finished the last one, which is the friendship shawl, right? That's what this is. It's beautiful. It is. It is stunning. I did not use the Malabrigo yarn. This is not Malabrigo yarn. This is called Noel. I don't have the ball bands because they're little donuts. It's in one of my older videos. I don't remember the yarn. It is Noel. These little donuts were like 25 grams each. These are so light. This whole shawl, if I used every scrap, would be 75 grams, would weigh less than 1 ball of sock yarn. Less than that. That is extremely light. It really, really is. These colors are stunning. The shawl is working out great. But for the life of me, I keep forgetting about this one. How I can forget about something that is just looks like an Easter egg, I don't know. But that's what it reminds me of anyways, Easter. You know, like the Easter dyes, you're going to dye all your eggs and stuff, but look how beautiful that is. That is just stunning. And it is light as air. There is nothing to this. I mean, absolutely nothing. This is so light, so beautiful, so airy. And the pattern is not hard. The pattern is so simple, I've messed it up multiple times and I've left it. Yes, I have. You know, when you got these little lacy bits in there, you know, oh yeah, look, see, there's a hole, there's a mistake right there, right? That's, yeah. Yeah, I'm leaving it. I'm not pulling that out. Now, if it bothers me, you know, because obviously, what do I show you? I popped that up. I didn't even know where it was, right? But if it bothered me, I could take some of that yellow and just do like a little seam it together to where it doesn't look like a hole. And I might do that. I don't know. So yeah, I'm not lying. I do have some mistakes in here. It is such a simple pattern. I've been making mistakes. I need to put the marker on the end because I sometimes have forgotten to increase. Yeah, there's that. You know, and it'll tell you how many when you're done with your little lacy rows, if you've got an even number or odd number, and I've been a little off on those, and that's okay. I've just got the garter in between. It's fine. The overall aesthetic, except for the extra yarn over too, that's all lace is, by the way, is intentional holes. I just have some unintentional holes too. Yeah, so the pattern's not hard. I will have to look it up again because I did my best to mess it up as many times as I possibly could for something that is so simple. Now, yes, the pattern is simple. I think printing it out, it was some chaotic amount, like 8 pages. It was crazy. Didn't need to be that way. You're repeating the same thing. You've got garter section, lace section, garter section, lace section. They stretched that out to 8 pages. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Took a little bit to figure out what they were talking about. I did it, but yeah, for the life of me, I've made a few mistakes. I'm proud of myself. I'm like I left them, and I'm going with it. There you go. And this is a gorgeous one. I would like to wear this one. I really would. But I think part of the reason why it's not gotten done is it's not slated for anybody. Will it get claimed? Yeah, pretty sure as soon as I get it done, somebody will be going like, oh, I love that. I think it's stunning. It's my brightness. I like that. I'm pretty sure I've got clothes that'll match that without a problem. But for some reason, it's just not. It's not right there, and I don't understand it. I've never worked with this yarn. It is so light and airy. I'm absolutely loving the yarn. It took a little bit to get started because it was so light. It was like knitting with air, and you know, you didn't have any fabric or substance to hold on to, which was crazy. Yeah. So this is, you know, shawl number 2 in progress for things we're making Thursday, the month of shawls. That's why I had to show you a finished one. I mean, I can't just show you all of these that have been hibernating in bags and not loved and everything. That one in particular is weird. I've had multiple comments down below. It's like, hey, how's your friendship shawl? And there are people who've made multiple of those. Bless you. I can't get through the first one. I cannot for the life of me get through the first one. And I've had people in the comments going, hey, I'm working on my second one. I'm working on this one. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. You know, and like, hey, how are you doing on yours? I'm like, yeah, not so well. I would understand it if it were a more complicated pattern. I really would, because those take more time to kind of look at, to try not to make mistakes, to keep a pattern and the visual and everything else. But no, no. But that's okay. You know, I'm also realizing, as we know, life is short. Enjoy some things. This is my crafting world, right? You know, it's not going to be when it's our time. No, I'm not sick. There's nothing wrong with me. You know, it's not my time. But when it is our time, nothing is going to be written of, hey, they should have been in the office an extra few days. Wouldn't it have been better? No, it's family, it's friends, it's differences, it's things like that, it's experiences. Those are the things that are going to be remembered. So I'm trying to add more of that into my crafting, because I also know that, and I know this because I know the gifts that my mom, who's no longer with us, gave me. I know the quilts that I still have from my mom. I know the crafting that she did and she poured her heart and love and soul into, I still have and cherish. So I look at some of the things that I'm making and you know, some of them will survive me whenever that day comes. Let's put it that way. I'm not trying to be morbid. I don't think it's morbid to hold on to the quilts that my mom made. You know, I think it's a wonderful thing. And not only did she make them for me, my sisters, my brother, and for her grandkids, my kids, and her great grandkids, the ones that were born and the ones that weren't. I have quilts from my mom for the, you know, my grandchildren that weren't around when she passed, because she had that forethought to make those things. So I'm trying to make some of, not everything heirloom, you know, but some of the things more of a enjoyment for the future. Something that if I'm enjoying it so much when I'm making it, I like to think that the other person who receives it will feel that, whoever that person is, whatever year, date, etc. that is, whether it's something I am making for my grandchildren now, or, you know, like I've got my youngest granddaughter, she's got hand-me-downs from her older sister, right? Well, when I made those, I didn't know we were going to be having, you know, more little girls. But she gets to feel that, and she has her knitted clothing of the day. So that type of thing, I like to put all that love into things. And, you know, kind of like the prayer shawls, when they talk about you pray over what you're making and the person can feel that. I like to have that energy in the blankets that I'm making for Boggy Creek and, you know, all the other stuff. So really working on the things that give me joy, because I think they'll pick that energy up too, and that love and that emotion. So try not to work on things that don't give me that, because I just don't want that to be transmitted. I mean, that's a way to put it. I don't want that to be transmitted. I am really looking at my craft. Yes, I'm on YouTube. This is not my job, right? You know, it's not my day job, right? You know, people who talk about YouTube, you know, don't really make a lot of money. They're not joking. So this is not my day job, but I enjoy what I'm doing, and I want to continue to enjoy that. And I like sharing the things that I enjoy working on. And I don't want to come on here and do, as I jokingly call it, punishment knitting. That's when I procrastinate. There is a thing. I have called it that, you know, and that's when I procrastinate. Generally with socks, generally at Christmas time with the socks, and then I'm, you know, at that last minute trying to finish all the socks for the family, you know, the ones that I should have been working on all throughout the year, which is why I'm doing them now. And I don't feel like it's a bad thing. That's why I have this yarn out. This is going to be my next pair of socks right here. This is the Sparkle Signature, so that'll be my next pair. But that's why I have all that out. That's what I'm doing. It's fun. I've gone on a tangent. Oh my gosh. We started talking about shawls and we got into philosophy and love and afterlife and everything else. Oh my goodness, you know, I don't know if you guys signed up for that. I'm not really sure, but that's where we went. It's weird. I know my brain works in weird ways sometimes. There's just no joke about that. I'll tell you more things and everything for this week. I will clue you in on that that are not craft related, that is going on in my world. But we'll see. It's good stuff. It's good stuff, right? You know, yeah, just having a blast. I really, really am. Life is amazing. It really is, and I'm just putting that into everything that I am doing and touching and working on. And I hope that in your life you're able to do that too, that people do that with you and you're able to do that with other people. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, because I am just rambling at this moment. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be, and I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.